Hey guys, SlySonic70, and we are back for another episode of Sonic Unleashed. We are here with our best buddy Chip, and in the last episode we restored the first continent by beating I think it was like the egg beetle, and restoring one of the Chaos Emeralds, moving a piece of the continent back in. Technically we're supposed to be able to go back now to the professor to talk to him about what just happened, but I realized in between episodes there's a much more efficient way to do the boss battle that we just had. So I actually wanted to just do it right now just to show you guys. It'll take a minute, and I promise it is a much faster version than I guess I did this one in 2 minutes, but I guess in the 7 minutes that I showed you guys before. So as you can see from like that, even that 2 minute, like I've gone through a little bit and like replayed some of the levels, just to be collecting more of the medals and other things like that. So for now on, like in these episodes, we're really going to try to just focus more so on, so you want to get close here, let him open up. Okay, good. Let him open up here. And now, shit, I don't have any ring energy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to kill myself here. Alright guys, so the key to this is actually, unlike from when we did this before, you want to collect some rings early on here, and then just boost up to him, make him open the mouth, and then just immediately go, and while he's still going back, then you want to keep boosting on him to hit him while he's falling backwards. If you do this right, you should be able to just basically hold boost the entire time, get close, ease off when you get a little bit closer here, and then repeat again. So just hit him again, boost, and then boost. Keep getting a little bit closer each time. Get close, make him open up, and then boom. That time I did not have enough ring energy, so keep an eye for rings as you go for sure, obviously, because that would be like the one mistake I just made there. Get close enough to him while he still has the messed up like mouth right there. Hit him. And again, I messed up the energy again there. So I'm not collecting nearly enough rings to make this work, but this is the basic idea here. So see, I'm going to do this. I keep getting hit. And get close enough, you make him like open up. And now, if I had rings, god damn it. I don't know why it's so hard. In previous ones I've done, I can just keep holding boost. Alright, well that was good enough. So that was under 2 minutes there. So that was, again, way better than like the 7 minutes that we had, and that was a really shitty run at this. You can usually do this in about like a minute flat, maybe like minute 10. This will not be great with B. That's fine. Just wanted to show you guys how it works. We're going to upgrade the ring energy here, because as we clearly saw, we could use a little bit more of it. So now with that done, we are going to head back to the professor. I just want to highlight one thing, because there's going to be one part of the Let's Play that we're not going to do, but I'm going to kind of do off screen, is there are multiple like smaller levels that are not required in the game to complete to actually finish the game, such as this one over here. And basically these are going to be just small like Act 2s, Act 3s of these different levels, in which this one, like I'll show this for 1 minute, I'm going to die, I know I do, because I always die in this level. Two things about these levels. One, they are much, much harder than the normal base levels you have to be doing. The second is they're not required. You can complete the entire story without ever having to go to these. All these do is they just offer more like chances at medals, and you know, if you really have that like completionist gene in you, then that's the way you do this. Couple things to note really quick here. Okay. You have to do 3 circles around this track. The only issue is that, as you can clearly see, if you aren't great at the grinding ability, mainly like how I'm not, this sucks, because you have to do 3 rotations. Okay, no, okay, good. And you see there I got like an example of a medal, so like that's helpful to do if you're really looking for extra medals. The only issue is you do 3 rotations of this within a minute and I think it was like 15 seconds or something like that. So, frankly, the time's no fun. I don't want to jinx myself, and I know that saying this right now is totally going to jinx myself. We may actually complete... Okay, good. This on the first run. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap! And we did it. Sweet. So, for perspective, the first time I did that, I died about 20 times before I could ever complete it. So, not a ton of fun. But yeah, so... Glad that we got that one done with. I'm not going to be showing you guys many more of those unless you guys specifically request me to do certain ones. Just because, one, they're not really that exciting to watch. Like, they're pretty short and they're not really, like, that... I guess, like, the biggest thing they offer for you guys is... Oh, God, I just died. Biggest thing they offer you guys is, like, my struggle. So, again, if you guys want me to do them, more than happy to. But I won't be doing them of my own free will right now. The second is, like... I think we can collect enough medals through the main story playthroughs that we don't have to be doing this. Or at least that I won't have to show it. I am going to separately do all of those and collect all the medals that I can from them. But again, I don't want to be wasting your guys' time in these videos of watching me do like smaller levels. So as a result now, we can go over here to Spagonia to try to talk with the professor. Or we can jump over to this new area that's called Halaska. Which, given that there's igloos, I'm guessing is a pun off of Alaska. So anyways, let's go back to the professor really quick just to talk with him. And let's see what he has to say. And guys, we just got a note from Chip here saying that we have to actually wait until it's nighttime to see the professor. So we're just going to switch over to night right here.
Found you, Sonic.
And here we are at night, and Amy sees us and is like, Sonic, oh my god, it must be you. And then quickly looks at him. And then it's like, wait, you are a little furrier and bigger and more claw-like than the Sonic that I know. I'm so sorry.
I just completely mistook you for someone else. That is so
It's really funny, actually, how she just naturally recognizes the look. But then, like, you know, sees a different texture and is like, oh, that can't be Sonic. He, you know, like, he totally couldn't have just shaved for, like, a week and any of that random crap. Sonic the entire time says nothing, and then acts somewhat sad, being like, why doesn't Amy recognize me? Chip always cracks me up. But yeah, so as a result, though, Amy can't recognize us. You know, it happens. We look different. She'll very soon recognize that we are fine, and like that's us. But for right now, it has Sonic strangely a little bit down that his friends can't recognize him. Even though in one of our previous episodes, Tails completely recognized him right away. It was like, Sonic, is that you? And like there was no issue about it. So I don't really understand the big gripe here. Anyways, we're just gonna be Sonic. We're gonna just prance around here. We need to go to the professor.
Sonic.
Anyway, so here we are with the professor. I've been able to locate 2 temples. One of them is actually here in Spagonia, conveniently. The other one is in Halaska. So choose whatever you want to do. Let's go. Yes, I'm good. Here we go. So we are actually going to do the Spagonia one in this level. So Spagonia is going to be a little bit longer, so I apologize for the length of this episode. The episode hopefully should be around 20 to 25 minutes tops on this. I'm really going to try to constrain it a little bit with the cuts, but like I also know that, I showed you guys a boss level, a side mission, and then I'm also doing a longer night battle, so I'm not really doing you guys any favors as far as shortening the episode, but at the same point, like, it's the trade-off trying to give you guys more content. So, as we clearly see right here, we have our moon symbol for Night Stage, Act 1. Here we go. So here we go with the Night Stage. A couple things to note on this is, unlike the previous ones where I've been trying to go a little bit methodically slow, take down every enemy I can, and really especially try to get those like combos at the end of them for all those like critical hits, we're not going to worry about those nearly as much now. It's been much more about just killing people right now. Killing, but just beating the creatures of the darkness. I don't know. Mainly because what I've realized is, through playing through a little bit more on my own and also just like reading some things online, the critical hits are great, but you want to make sure that it's really more on the bigger bosses and stuff. The bigger keys here are actually making sure that we just get through these levels a little bit quicker. And I know I'm probably being counterintuitive as I say that and collect a random medal here, but because I know where random medals are as we go, I might as well just go look for them. Again, the idea of when I play through this with you guys right now, unless you guys want me to, is not to be collecting every medal. This is much more just to be moving on. As I just realized here, as much as I want to just move past these guys, I actually need to beat them up. I think they're all dead, and now we have the more resilient red ones. Things like this to me are a little bit annoying. Like, I'm fine if you give me like a lot of like big enemies where like it's easier to go. The hardest part about fighting these guys is 100% just finding them on the ground and like just being able to be close enough to actually hit them. So in a lot of ways, these small like bastards, like they aren't really gonna hurt you, but they are gonna be annoying. So luckily we take these guys down, hop around. I know that right here is a medal. So again, just quickly showing off the ones that are easy to reach, don't have to go out of my way, and especially don't have to be dying, because that's the best way that we can do well in these levels, is just keeping all the experience that we've earned and like making sure that we don't die. Okay, good. Now just slide over, slide over, slide over. And here's another sun. I was about to say silver from the old one, from the old Let's Play there. And here's another silver medal. We're gonna beat the crap out of this guy. And just keep going with it. Again, no reason to really be wasting any like more effort on these guys unless like it just perfectly works out, like how this guy is, where like he's at a fraction of his health and I can just take him out like that. There we go. And again, like I will say, like I appreciate how they're switching up the formula with the knight character here. But the one thing I would say is just that, like, you know, it's a Sonic game, so we're so used to everything being fast. So I'm fine if you slow down my movements, but I think it's hard when you also give me longer levels to play through. And that was an issue I had with, like, when we think back to, like, the old Let's Play of, like, Sonic 06, is, like, think of an episode like Kingdom Valley, which is, like, you know, I love what they did with it, and I love, like, how creative they were with the level design. But it is also frustrating. Well, there's just sun medal somewhere here. There we go. It's frustrating though, like how oh, there we go. You know, just how long they make the levels, because then, like, especially in Sonic 06, where you had to like keep everything and not die. Like that's a long time to ask of like perfection. So it got pretty exhausting in some regards, just like mentally trying to keep up with it. And you guys remember that one episode, or at least for you guys who have seen it, the Kingdom Valley episode where I was doing that level for like 2.5 hours, just hoping to like play through it perfectly. You know, like that's like, it's not a fun way to have to play a game. Anyways, so an example here of like how you can kind of move through this. There's a lot of enemies. We're just gonna run right up to this switch and just mash on B before anyone can hit us, so this big barrel can come through and knock over this gate. Normally you'd have to beat everyone to do it, to actually have like the time for it. It's an example of just like, you know, you playing through and just saying, screw it, we're gonna make this work. I separately also want to just kick the crap out of these guys, just for score itself. So that's what we're gonna be doing right now. And now that we have a few guys left, maybe if I have one guy left here, I'll randomly just try to oh, no. And no. Just killed them both. Sorry about that. Collect XP, collect XP. And there's more guys, apparently. Screw all of you. Okay, we're going to keep you for a combo. Again, if I have a guy who just randomly ends up with, like, you know, a shred of health, I'm fine with that. Because, I mean, I'll gladly take the critical hit score from that. But, otherwise, you know, it's out of my way to try to do it to each and every single guy. It's a little bit, you know, tedious on my end, and it's super boring to watch for you guys. So I feel like no one really wins there. Guys like this, though, we have to critical hit. Like, this is the rule. Like, we have to do this, because this is how we get the best score. Big thing, let's pick this up and throw this at him. Just because that does some nice damage. Jump off. Side note, you can also just not even fight this guy and just steal the gem right behind him, which is what you really need. Again, I'm doing this purely because we want to be able to do as well as we can as far as leveling up Sonic. So we just want to make sure that... Okay, move, move, move. One more hit. Alright, now combo. Oh, look at that, we glitched right through him. And now one more hit, and critical attack, 20,000 points. See, stuff like that is definitely important because that's just a huge boost. The XP boost we get from it makes sense. Like, everything about it is rewarding in that sense. Just because, you know, the more XP, the more we can level up either Werehog or regular Hedgehog Sonic. So let's put this here, door opens, and let's keep going. I am trying to, at the same point while I am going for medals and stuff, like, trying to get through this as quickly as possible. Yep. Okay, get out of here. Good, and blow up, give me your XP. Good. Again, a little out of the way here, but I know there's a medal right here, so I might as well just go get it. And I think it's... Oh yeah, there we go. Moon in there. Cool. I was wondering when we were going to see one of the moon medals. So again, just like we talked about, like, sun medals are going to be much more like obvious on night stages than moon medals. That's why there's more of them, and that's the whole point of it. They wanted to do kind of like an opposite thing there. Versus moon medals are going to be much harder to find. So one thing is, if you aren't totally leveled up as a Werehog here, this is a pretty easy spot to die actually if you're trying to get a lot of the critical attacks. Just because there's enough of them, they all have somewhat ranged attacks. Big reason why I was saying earlier, like, how the goal is going to just be make sure we just kill these guys quickly. There's also a full health restore right there. Don't grab that unless you absolutely need to at the end of the fight. Luckily, killed them all pretty easily here. And again, what would we be doing if we didn't just stop quickly for a couple medals? So I want to say there's a medal somewhere here, right? There we go, Moon. And got a full life. Why do I feel like there was something else here? Guess not. Huh. Alright. Jump down. Got another moon medal. Hey, look, there's an extra life in there. Who am I to say no to those? And quickly just looking through these windows is an easy way to know if you have to break down these doors or not. I like to check just because, like, you know, there's probably going to be sun medals and stuff like that just scattered around. So it's just always easier to check before having to, like, break down every door and just seeing, like, am I doing this right? There's something over here which makes me feel like I wanted to check something out here. Maybe? I remember there being a second medal around here, and that's why I'm being a little bit more, like, crazy about looking around here. There we go. Sun medal right there. Cool. Anyway, so now continuing down the path here, we've collected 8 medals. This is pretty good for this level, so I'll stop being a little bit more, like, crazy about it right now. All you want to do here is just run across here and activate this lever. And once you do, a big barrel comes down again. Once each, you know, just destroy all the gates, opens up the path for you. Nice and easy. I appreciate this just because it's a classic video game trope. Is you know, you see something going one way, and if you follow that, you're going to miss a hidden collectible that's literally right behind you. It's very simple, and I know it is, but I appreciate it at the same point, like, just sticking to that same idea. And again, I know that I'm collecting the extra medals here, but these are all pretty easy spots to find. And I think more than anything, like, if you guys are ever trying to actually play through this game, it's helpful just to see, like, a few of them scattered around, just so it doesn't feel, like, as random to you guys. But at the same point, you know, like, if you guys, again, think that me collecting the medals is a little bit too much, kind of boring, whatever it may be, like, let me know, and, like, I'm happy to just stop doing it. I can always collect these off screen. I just figure while I'm here, I might as well kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as I see another moon medal, and, you know, just kind of get that out of the way. Again, if it's just a huge bore to you guys, totally understand it, and I'll just stop doing it. But for right now, we're cutting through the level, making pretty good progress actually. As you guys can see from the medal count, we're getting nearer to the end of the level, which is good, because my recording says we've been going for 22 minutes, which I know for, you know, watching this is a little bit long. We're just going to kick on the unleash here, just because this guy you know, takes a lot of hits. And missed our chance to get a critical attack, but we haven't actually died yet, so that's fine for right now. We're going to jump in here. And now here becomes the most beautifully bullshit ascent we've done since we were Nathan Drake in Uncharted. Basically, there's this gigantic clock tower, and we are going to climb up it. Don't fall. As you can see on this side, there's a moon medal, and just swing and jump. And swing and jump. You know, I'm not saying it's completely original, but the idea is there as far as being. Oh god! Okay, almost died. If you fall that distance, you won't just hit the ground, you will die, because they're going to say that's a fall that would just kill you. And considering how much score we have right now, would really prefer that not to happen. But if it does, and I get it. Extra life, just in case we actually fall. Here, just avoid the electricity, pretty easy, and just hop and go up. And we reach a checkpoint, which is great. Again, the idea of this is just keep scaling up. There's no real reason why we have to scale up, which is like maybe my only gripe, damn it. There goes all of our score. Okay, well, now we don't care about the hits at all. We're just going to try to get through the level as quickly as possible. That sucks, because that was a pretty easy one, actually, that I just died on. Why do I remember there being a medal over here? Guess not. I think I'm just picking the actual way to go up right now. I think I missed the medal to the other side. Whatever. Alright, we're going to slide under, wait for that jigsaw to go on the other way, and just jump up. And now, there we go. A little bit frustrating to go through that level right there and just die there because, you know, you feel like you just did so much as far as building up the score and all that. At the same point, like, unlike Sonic 06, like, this was the difference, is we weren't going to try to kill ourselves with this Let's Play. We were not going to demand that everything has to be an S rank because, frankly, I don't know how to get everything to be an S rank on the Sonic levels. On the Night Stage levels, actually pretty easy to get S ranks in all of them. It's just go through, beat up enemies, don't die. And that's a pretty tried and true formula. And as long as you do it in a decent enough time, then you'll be relatively fine. Easy medal just to get, so I wanted to grab it. And we are finally out of this stage. Get up to the top here. And what we quickly realize is that we are on a gigantic clock tower. And the way to get across is actually to change the time to 3:45. Basically just make it so you can walk across. I'm being the nerd by saying the actual time. But again, easy, just vault yourself up, and now vault yourself to the side, and literally just shimmy across the clock tower. I appreciate them doing things like this just because it's a very great visual as far as like what you can do with this game. Here we're going to jump across, and easy way to go down. You could try to do everything with these, or you could just hop off these guys. Now again, you can hop across here, or you can just beat this and get a random sun medal. And just like this, we've actually collected 14 medals in this level. So pretty good progress on our part. Boom, and I believe that this is the end once we beat up these guys. So again, we don't care about the score right now. We are just desperately trying to get to the end right now. So if we beat them up, then so be it. And goal ring, level done. 14 minutes, not that bad actually. But, you know, it would have been great to have had some score with that, because that just wasn't enough at all. A few things, we know upgrade the strength for sure. And now put the rest into life, because life is going to be the thing that will just keep us going the longest. Huge shock on that. So guys, that was the level there. We collected a temple key at the end of it apparently. It basically spawned where we were so we couldn't see it, but yeah, we collected a temple key. And with that guys, let's see if there's a cutscene here. I've got something for the professor, came up with something more of the manuscripts. Basically it's just saying, that you want to talk to the professor because he has more information for you. So apparently it randomly just loads us into it. Oh, it's just saying that more people are getting possessed by Dark Gaia. And just kind of introducing this. They don't really make a very clear explanation as to like what the Dark Gaia thing really does, because like sometimes it's been like, you know, people just get sad, and sometimes it's like people want to start dancing, so it's a little bit confusing in that regard. Let's see really quick if the professor... Oh no, okay. So apparently, so weird explanation, but here we go. Professor had a camera that he gave us apparently to Tails. That apparently, if you find someone who is very, very sad, you know, like not sad, but like it has like the Dark Gaia energy above them, so basically those purple swirls, then you can actually, you know, kind of like exorcise the demons that are within them, to get the enemies out. And if you defeat them, then you basically clear off the area from the presence of Dark Gaia. I would say not the most believable thing in the world, but I mean it's alright, it happens. I don't have a really great explanation beyond that. So the same point, like, you know, it's me saying the professor says we need to do every now and then. I'm just going to cut that out because it's a pretty BS thing to do. Everyone is suddenly freed and cured, and we reintroduce ourselves to Amy to say we are actually Sonic. But we run away! And Chip's like, see ya! So guys, now we can talk to the professor. We see we have the cameras flash. We really won't care about that. And we'll see you guys as we go to Halaska, which is probably Alaska, in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys then.